What's up, guys? Checking in with you today on this very beautiful Monday, which feels like a Tuesday. Told you guys. So we're gonna be cruising along. Tuesday feels like a Wednesday. Wednesday feels like a Thursday. Thursday feels like a Friday, and we're back to a 4-day weekend feeling, and it's feeling good. We got through a moon cycle. The moon cycles are really, really intense, and if you're not with an understanding of the moon cycles, they play a huge role in your emotions and the shifts that we're going through and the changes we're going through. And if you can understand that the moon is what pulls the ocean and causes the tides and the waves, you can imagine what it's doing to you. Our bodies contain 70% water, right? So if the moon has the power to pull the ocean, it's able to pull on you as well. And it's pulling, it pulls on you, and it forces emotions and things to come up and surface, okay? It's interesting. I gotta see if I can flip the camera around here. You can see, if I can zoom in on it. There it is right there. We're at a half a moon right now. You can see it out right now. It's kind of there. You can kind of see it. But yeah, we're at like a half moon phase right now. It's phasing out. And so essentially, I was gonna post one of the writings about the moon during the last full moon cycle. I didn't get around to it, but I'll post it after this video. And it's like this. So if the sun is like the father, the moon is like the mother, and the sun is with us every day, right? The sun is with us every single day, and we feel its energy. And it's like the father being with us every day. And so we have this sense of like, we want to work, we want to do good, we want to make proud, and we stay busy and focused on kind of like our tasks. Like, it's like when father's home and we got chores to do and we got work to do. But at the same time, it's like, when mom's gone, it's like we all feel like we can kind of slack off a little bit, or we can get away with something that we normally wouldn't, or we might act a way that we normally wouldn't. When mom's around, we like to behave. We like to be polite and kind. And it's like, so what happens is every 30 days or 28 to 30 days or so, the full moon starts coming back. And as it comes back, it's like mom's coming home. And as mom comes home, we all start getting these emotions, and these feelings start coming up. It's like we know that this presence is coming in that's gonna force us to be honest. And so depending on what you're going through during it's like 2 weeks and then 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks of the moon cycle, before the moon kind of sets in, is like the work that you're doing and what you're going through. And then when the final 2 weeks come in before the moon is a full moon, it's like the energy starts kicking in, and all those things that you were dealing with, all those processes, all those changes, all those lessons you were learning start really, really hitting you hard, all the way up until the full moon. And it's like a cycle. Every 30 days you go through a learning process, you go through a growing process. In the old days, they would just they lived on the moon cycles. They didn't have like the months. They just lived on the moon cycles. They lived moon to moon. And so they realized that each moon to moon had a different purpose, a different feeling, a different energy. And so we just went through the the month of May moon phase. Say that 5 times fast. And so then we're moving into the month of June moon phase, which will have a different energy along with it. Okay, so what we're going to be experiencing in the next couple of weeks, since the moon just ended, is we'll be going through, we just like ended a cycle, we'll be going through a new phase of lessons, new things coming up. What also happens in these times is we also are making decisions and making choices and doing things and causing actions, right? Taking actions on things. So if we are making positive actions and positive choices during the first 2 weeks, it's like, that's where it's like the shirt that I'm wearing, comfort and chaos, right? And the first 2 weeks, it could be where a lot of things are thrown at you. It's a lot of tests, a lot of lessons. It's, can you get through it? Can you do the right things? So that when that moon comes, you're feeling good. Mom comes home and you're feeling good, and you can feel proud of yourself, right? And you can go through, and what happens during those moon phases, what they would do in the old days is that's when all the ceremonies would happen. All the parties would ensue for, like a whole week or something up until the full moon, and commence on the full moon night, because there's a lot of energy and everyone's feeling good and they've done all the work, and now it's time to celebrate. And then the full moon ends and it's a new phase to go through. If we're making the wrong choices and we're doing the wrong things, let's say in the next couple days you do something wrong, you hurt someone that you care about, you say something that hurts their feelings, or let's say you just have a bad attitude, and then all of a sudden you find yourself hurting yourself. These things happen, and all of a sudden you're spending the next couple of weeks in pain or feeling bad or suffering. The full moon's going to come, and all of a sudden you're going to feel really, really crappy. You're going to be feeling like, man, I screwed this one up, and it's really hitting me hard, and now I'm having to, face my consequences and deal with what, my decisions that I've made. And so what I would say is, what you really want to do is start focusing on when the full moons are. And what you want to know is 2 weeks before the full moon, is the energy is going to start picking up. And so what you want to do is the first 2 weeks is really, really work hard on staying positive, doing the right things, acts of kindness, working on your healing, asking for help with things, saying your thanks and all that. And when the lessons are coming at you and life is testing you, don't get twisted. Don't get caught up in feeling like, life is against me and it's hard and I can't do it, and here we are, and I'm trying to do good, but still life is hard and the bad things are. It's just a test. It's saying, hey, you're working. Let's see what you're learning. Let's see if you can get through this. 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 How do you handle this? How do you handle this? How do you handle this? Can you be in control? Can you be in control? Can you be in control? You want to feel proud of yourself for making the right choices. And then that full moon comes and it's party time because you're feeling good. And you'll see people around you there's bad things happening. You always hear, like, when the full moon comes, that we have that the bad energy comes, or people get crazy or wild. And it's not necessarily that. It's like there's a lot of energy. And like I said, if you're in a bad place, are you gonna wanna sit there and face mama? No. You're gonna wanna run and go hide, and you're going to want to go act out, and you're going to want to go, you're already feeling like a bad kid. So what do bad kids do when they're already feeling bad? They act out more, right? What we want to do is get to where we're making the right choices, feeling good. And so when these full moons come and these high energies come, we're not having crazy events happening across the world and within us, but yet we're able to absorb the powerful, powerful, powerful energy that's coming in. Let it fill us up with the light that it provides. And then as it goes away, we get this like peaceful calm. And again, we feel this sense of pride and reward for doing the right thing. And then we get to spend the next 2 weeks working through the next cycle, learning. And if we're doing good and growing and learning through these cycles, each one, although it is the next thing and it could be, a harder test, so to speak, than the test before, it becomes like something that you essentially know is coming and look forward to and say, hey, whatever it is, I got it. And what also happens in between is there's massive amounts of rewards that happen. There's little things that just happen here and there, people you bump into, or life works in crazy, crazy ways. And so you'll feel and know that the things that you're doing are paying off, so to speak, and you'll be confirmed in those things. And you'll know, it'll hit you. You'll say, oh man, that's because I picked up that trash earlier. That's because I, went and gave that person a hug, or that's because I sat out and took 10 minutes to myself and really was able to let some things out and be honest, right? Every time we do something and have an action, it has a reaction. Okay, so I'll post that writing about the moon after this video. And yeah, let's say our thanks, guys. Let's say our thanks for our life today. Say thanks for our breath. Thanks for waking us up. Thanks for our time together. Thanks for our food and our water. Thanks for our breath. Thanks for our medicine. Thanks for our healing. Thanks for bringing us closer together. Thanks for opening us up. Thanks for leading us in the right direction. Thanks for not giving up on us. Thanks for continuing to keep us safe and protected. Thanks for giving us chance after chance after chance. Thanks for teaching us. Thanks for helping us grow. Thanks for loving us. We love you. Thank you. Let's say please continue to help us understand. Please continue to help us let go of our fears. Please continue to help us find ways to come together and show acts of kindness towards one another and show love towards one another. Thank you. Yeah, so I think the next writing I have that was scheduled in the books was for tomorrow. I actually just got another writing done earlier today, so I've got 2 new writings. So man, I'm cranking them out. It's feeling good. Everything's flowing along. As I write the story keeps unfolding, and it's like essentially if you were to kind of keep up with what I'm writing in current time, you would kind of be ahead of the game, so to speak, as I am, as with my vision is a little bit forward, and so I write it, and then we see how it comes to fruition. You can see the things from years past a lot of us are just going through now, or starting to understand now. And you can say, oh, you know, you were already going through this a year or 2 ago, and so it's already written down, and a lot of these things are like, they're my experience, but they're also vision, they're also sight. And what I do is I see and I translate that onto paper, very, very, very brilliantly, I would have to say. And so a lot of times it feels like when I'm writing, it's about one thing, and then days, weeks, months, years later, as we're reading it, we come to understand, because of the experiences that we have then gone through, what it actually means, and even a bigger picture than what it meant to begin with. And so I want to try to, you know, as I get writings done, I would like to try to share them, you know, I'm not going to force them to have to be shared right away. There's a little bit of a process I go through myself before I'm ready to share those things, but I want to try to keep people as current as possible, because that's what this is all about. It's not about, you know, this was the thing, was I feel like I had all this information, and what good is it for me if I'm not sharing it with anybody else? And so I want to share these things and be able to provide insight and information as soon as I kind of have it. And so I will post the moon writing, and I will post the newer writing from a few days ago called One Together. I'm really proud of that one, and I haven't even titled this newest one, but it got done today, this morning. So what I want you guys to do is I want to challenge you is to get a notebook or a journal, and I want you each day, it's not very hard, I've got my 12-year-old son doing this, and it's very easy. Each day I want you to kind of write a sentence. It's like an opening sentence to what you're going to write is like a paragraph. So you're going to maybe pick, like, if you have a notebook, maybe just like do 5, 6, 7 lines, something like that, and put a little marker at line 7 and say, I'm going to write down to there. And so you're going to write a sentence, whatever you're kind of feeling. Just close your eyes, open your heart, and just feel what the words coming out are. So, you know, if I was to do that right now, like I could say, like, life is beautiful because, okay? And then that's my opening sentence. Then I'm going to write whatever feeling. I'm not going to try to think about it. I'm not going to try to concoct a story. I'm going to answer the question, and the answer becomes the writing. We write down there. If you want to keep writing further than what you've given yourself to write, that's fine. But try to write at least, you know, a paragraph so that it becomes a passage. If you can do something like this every day, you'll start seeing how you're able to communicate with yourself and get your feelings and emotions out. And a lot of times that's all that a lot of us are needing and looking for, is not only to get our thoughts and feelings out, but to have someone be able to perceive them and give us feedback. And what you can do by getting your own thoughts and feelings out and reading them to yourself is it's like you're perceiving it from a third party now, and you can read it and feel like as if it's, you know, from an outside source, and now you're working in tandem with yourself because you are the one that wrote it. So you can read it, learn from what you're writing, and this is how we start uncovering our truths, guys. We all have the same truth, which is this reality that we live in, and it's about understanding what that truth is, and we are all part of that. And so when you take time to write, feel, listen to your heart, that truth comes out, and there you go. Then you don't need anyone to tell you anything. You know, you can do it all on your own. So love you guys. Keep dreaming, keep believing, keep loving. I'm gonna keep working and posting and doing what I gotta do, keep leading. And hey, like the page, tell your friends and your family, get on this shit, man. We need everyone that we can to you know, what's the point of waiting any longer? What's the point of allowing our family members to continue to pass on, our friends to pass on, to die with a lack of understanding, to die suffering because they feel like there is no hope, right? There is no way out. There is no answer. You know, I know a lot of us sit here and we think that we try all these different avenues of ways to fix our life and improve our life, but I want you to think about some more spiritual ways to do that, and not so much physical ways. Okay, start diving into the way that our ancestors used to live, the medicines they used to use, the medicines that are still being used today that a lot of us have just forgotten about and don't understand. Start educating yourself and start pushing yourself. And what you'll feel is you'll start getting a feeling like drawn to where you need to go, but you don't know where to go unless you start looking. Okay, so let's stop being afraid to open our mouth. And you know, I'm not. So what you can do is direct people my way. Okay, if you don't know what to say, hey, there's this guy, he knows what he's talking about and he can help, right? It's all about us having a conversation and all of us doing that together so that we can all understand together. If me and you understand, that's great, but what does that do for the rest of the group? Okay, we all want to understand together. Okay, so I love you guys. Let's keep learning and understanding and loving and setting the example. What's what we want to do? We all want to set the example. We are all following a path and we are all leading a way. Okay, so you are very, very important in this chain, in this link that we all are as a family. So don't ever doubt that. Don't ever doubt that. Your purpose. Don't ever doubt your worth, your value. Okay? You are invaluable. You are priceless. So let's keep doing the right things. Let's keep opening up. Let's keep loving, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.